Good afternoon, and welcome to Mo Ranch. I am here at the Small Church Pastors Retreat, and of course on my first free afternoon I had to do my favorite thing. I had to go to the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth is one of my very favorite spiritual practices. When you walk the Labyrinth, you spend quality time with God, trying to get it so you can see the whole thing. But as you're going into the labyrinth, you say all you need to say to God. You unload your worries, your cares, your joys, everything. Then in the middle, you center yourself. And on the way out, you let God speak to you. Well, while I was walking the labyrinth and God was hopefully speaking to me, it made me think that this labyrinth is a great metaphor for what we've been going through for the past 18 months, almost 2 years now. Because in the labyrinth, you're walking between the lines, and this one's a bigger labyrinth than I usually go in, and every time I turn a corner, I would think I was almost to the middle. I had almost made it out, and then there was another turn, and you kept turning and turning, but instead of thinking of that as a bad thing, this is not a labyrinth like the movie Labyrinth, where you could get lost in it and trapped and forgotten. This labyrinth is made to get closer to God. There is only one way in and one way out. There is no way to get lost. And it may be taking longer than you want it to get where you're going. But you are going to get there, and you're getting there with God. And it may be kind of frustrating because, look, right here, there's the middle. There's the middle of the labyrinth. That's where I want to be. But I'm less than a quarter of the way through. And it is so tempting, like in life, to step over those lines, to not go the way that God is leading you, but to step in to where you want to be now, even though you are not ready to be there yet. It also made me think, when I'm walking the labyrinth on the way back out, if a hymn pops into my head, I think maybe that's part of what God's trying to say to me. So on my way out of the labyrinth, the hymn we sang last Sunday, the servant song, popped into my head. We are pilgrims on a journey. We are travelers on the road. We are there to help each other, to share the load. And I think that's what's been going on in this pandemic, is we can't see around the next corner. We feel like we've been in this forever, and every time we think we're about to get out, there is another turn, and you're still no closer to where you want to be. But we need to take this as a time to walk with God, that God is with us. We are going to get there, and we're going to get there together. And it may take more turns than we want. We may get frustrated. It may seem like we are never going to get there. But God is going with us. And when we do get there, it will be so glorious. So take this time to think of, where is God leading me? Because God is leading you through the labyrinth of your life. And God has a destination in mind. You can't jump over the lines. You have to see it all the way through. But God goes with you. And it will be a wonderful, wonderful thing when we discover together where God is leading us, as individuals, as families, and as the church. Have a blessed week.